Hey, welcome everyone to our webinar about the Canada Heal Your Life training that is going to be April 12th through the 22nd. My name is Dr. Patricia Crane. I was privileged to work with Louise and study with her, and long story short, very long short, it evolved into her proving the training program. We're going to tell you more about that as we go on, but I also want to introduce now Victoria Johnson, Dr. Victoria Johnson, who is our amazing trainer in Canada. And she is going to start us off. I'll tell you more about her as well. She's going to start us off with a reading from Louise.
Thank you very much, Patricia. So I'm reading from the book You Can Heal Your Life, and I thought this was a great reading for us today. In the infinity of life where I am, all is perfect, whole, and complete. I live in harmony and balance with everyone I know. Deep in the center of my being, there is an infinite well of love. I now allow this love to flow to the surface. It fills my heart, my body, my mind, my consciousness, my very being, and radiates out from me in all directions and returns to me multiplied. I work at a job I truly enjoy doing, one that uses my creative talents and abilities, working with and for people I love and who love me, and earning a good income. I love myself, therefore I behave and think in a loving way to all people, for I know that which I give out returns to me multiplied. All is well in my world.
All is well. Thank you so much. And doesn't that just make you feel warm inside and inspired? I mean, Louise's words are just so beautiful, and yet they're so simple as well. But they really inspire us to be more and to recognize all that we are in connection with the divine and all of life and how we can create our lives. So I first met Louise in 1986. I actually had her book already and just loved her book and was thrilled to meet her. And after that, she was starting to offer some intensives, some week-long intensives. And I went to the first two of those and then started affirming to be on staff. And fortunately, she did ask me to be on staff for the next five. And toward the end of that time, Louise was on the Oprah Winfrey Show. And guess what? The book was a bestseller overnight. It'd been kind of a sleeper up until then. And so Louise called me and a few others and said, I'm too busy now to be able to lead my 2-day signature workshop. And many of you may have heard of it, or and some of you taken it. It's Love Yourself, Heal Your Life. And so she asked us if we would start leading it, which of course we were thrilled to do. And as time went on and Hay House was sending us to different places to do that, people were so excited about the results of the workshop over and above the book, which they loved. I was asked, could you do a training program? And I called Louise when I got back home after one of them and said, Louise, people want a training program. And she thought about it for about a nanosecond and said, yes, that sounds like a great idea. You come down to my place for, a weekend and we'll work on the curriculum. So that's how it started officially in 1995. And along the way, we had a number of people coming to train, and one of them was Victoria. And she came to the workshop leader training and I believe the coach training too in 2012. And now Victoria is authorized as the trainer in Canada because of her commitment to Louise's work. She's done dozens and dozens and dozens of workshops, and I know coached I don't know how many people. So she is really an amazing example of Louise's work and just does a beautiful job with training. Her testimonials from the people who come and participate are just fantastic. They just think it's absolutely amazing. And this year, as she has for the last couple of years, Victoria is offering the workshop leader and coach training combination. Initially, it started out just as the workshop leader training, and then we added the coach training several years later because people were saying, we need some guidance on how to work one-to-one with people. And so I put together a coach training at that point, and that was held separately for a number of years, but people started asking, could you do them together so we can get the whole package at once? And something Louise taught me was listen to what people ask you to do. So I listened. And that's how this has started for Victoria doing the combination. So I'm going to turn it over to her right now and let her tell you more about that. And if you have any questions as we go along, you can certainly put them in the chat.
Thank you so much, Patricia. And yes, any questions in the chat is perfect. You're also welcome to text me or phone me. My phone number will be in the notes for those of you watching on YouTube, but those of you who are with us today is 1-780-228-1238. So I thought I would start off by just doing a little bit of an overview of what we're going to do for 10 days. And 10 days might seem like it's going to be a very long time, but I can promise you that you'll be saying, oh my goodness, I can't believe
Yes,
it's day 8.
I know. It's true.
It does. It goes by very quickly. Having said that, I do my best to have a pace that makes sure that you have rest breaks. I tell people it is a marathon. However, every marathon has rest stations, and we do as well. So, how the format looks loosely is we meet 3 times prior to the training on Zoom. And a lot of that is just really getting to know each other as a group. We do go through some of the history of coaching, some fundamental pieces, that type of thing. We make sure that you are caught up with the Heal Your Life work and Louise Hay's teachings by doing a general overview prior to you even coming to the training. And so we do that by Zoom. If you are unavailable, I do record it. I am available to you to make sure that you are feeling confident and up to speed before we meet on day 1. Day 1 will be April 12th, 2025. We meet at 4 o'clock and we do our opening circle together, which is always a really special time and sets us up for the 10 days ahead. And after we do our opening circle, we have dinner together, just a nice, relaxed environment to get to know each other better. The next 2 days, I get you to take your trainee hat off and put on your workshop participant hat. And you experience the Love Yourself, Heal Your Life 2-day workshop as a participant so that you're experiencing it as your participants will experience once you take it home and back to your location, to your community, to your town, wherever it is that you'll be working with the materials. And while I'm thinking of it, the materials can be used both online and in person. So it is a lovely combination, and I'll be teaching you those formats as well. So we do those 2 days. And if you've already done the Love Yourself, Heal Your Life workshop 1 time, 5 times, I promise you that there will be new aha moments for you and just a deeper level of healing. So we go through those 2 days and they are spectacular and life-changing. And then we move on to day 4, where we are shifting roles, putting on that trainee hat again, and we're really diving into the workshop manual and going through it all, going through how to put together up to 14 different workshops, ranging in time anywhere from 1 hour, 3 hours, 1 day, 2 days, a series of 10 weeks, a series of 5 weeks, all sorts of different options to whatever suits you best, suits your participants best, and suits your personality best. Then days 6 to 8, we really dive into some comprehensive coach training. We work through all of the 10 days. We work sometimes with me at the front of the room teaching, or one of the other members of the leadership team, sometimes in partners, sometimes in small groups, all sorts of different scenarios of experiential learning. So you're always busy, you're always doing something. It's not a typical classroom setting, which is probably part of what makes the learning so deep, is because you are experiencing it at the same time. We get into small groups to do different types of presentations. We practice our different skills. We have a workbook for you exclusively, which I believe is about 200 pages now. And it is all different worksheets that you can be using as a coach. So we go through those and the different categories of those and how to use those with your clients. And then days 8 and 9, we're reviewing sessions. We're having discussions around different coaching strategies, different workshop strategies. We do touch on marketing, but we don't get into extensive marketing until after the training. And the reason for that is when we are together, I like us to be focused on learning the material. We can learn the marketing when we're not together, when we are on Zoom. And I also find that it's better to learn the marketing as you're doing it. So you're applying it in real lifetime. And then on day 10, we do a wrap up in the morning. We make sure that we've covered everything and I've checked off all of the boxes of things that we need to be learning. We go through any final questions and so on for the 10 days that we're together. Then you have the afternoon off just to have a little bit of a break. And we come back together for our closing circle, which is always a very healing, moving, beautiful time. Um, I'll tell you the love in the room at Closing Circle. I feel like I could get scissors and cut through it. It's just so um, rich and so full and so beautiful. And then we have dinner together again after that closing circle so that we can celebrate our achievements. The next morning, which is actually day 11, we do an optional breakfast, so that's my gift to you. You're welcome to join me for breakfast, and we hang out for a couple of hours. It's very informal, and we just visit, and I see each of you off on your way. And then post training, we get together again for three formal 2 hour sessions. And why I say formal is we continue to get together after that, but these four are very structured. So the first hour of each of those three sessions will be based on marketing. And the second hour of each of those three sessions will be based on what you wrote in your evaluation that you want to learn more about.
Mhm.
So it's customized just for you, for your group. And we make sure that you're feeling really confident to be leaving that training ready to do workshops, ready to do one on one coaching. And the beautiful thing about having those two events combined is that you will find that the people who come to your workshops will be your coach people. You'll be training them one on or working with them one on one as a coach. And those people that you work with one on one as a coach, they're going to want to come to your workshops. So it really is a way to have a complete business.
Mhm.
So some people take this training to add to an existing business. Some people take this training to start a brand new business. And some people take this training just because they really want to go deep into their own healing. And so they do it for their own personal growth as a gift
Mhm.
to themselves. And we have people attend from all different walks of life. I will say, I always notice there's a lot of people within the helping industry. So that would be your teachers, your nurses, your counselors, your therapists, your social workers, that line of work, or people who are wanting to get into that line of work. And so it's a really special experience when we can bring all of these different helping people into a room and all with the same desire to go deeper and to learn more and to be of service and to make a difference.
Mhm.
It really allows us to expand, not just on the material, but in our own personal growth.
Mhm. Thank you, Victoria. That's a great overview. And I just really want to emphasize the value of the workshop leader and the coach training together because a lot of life coaches and other practitioners, not just life coaches, are really struggling to attract clients. I just got an email from one of them today. And so adding in the workshops so that people can come and experience you at a low investment of time and money is really important. And again, that will bring clients to you for your coaching. And that's exactly how I built my business was the combination of the workshops and the coaching. So it
Mhm.
really becomes a real combination practice for starting a new career. And I love the reading you did today about, new job or career. Let's call it a career. And the other wonderful thing about Louise's work is that it is timeless.
Yes.
Human beings will always need help for mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical growth because we have those within us. And so it's not something that's going to be a passing fad. It's something that forever you can have a career as you're offering this material to people. I'd
Yes.
just like to talk a little bit about the licensing, if that's okay.
Yes.
And we do have a special agreement with Hay House that was approved by Louise for a license. So not only are you certified, but you also get licensed, and that is part of the program that is required. The way that happened was when Louise did the You Can Heal Your Life movie. If you haven't seen that, you can go to hayhouse.com and see it. It is just beautifully done and very wonderful. A lot of the teachers even are using that as a promotional night so that you can, offer the movie and then talk about it and some of the issues that are brought up in it. And that can be a real learning experience for people who come to, the movie night. So that's a possibility. But when that came out, they decided to trademark You Can Heal Your Life and Heal Your Life. And the trademark lawyer knew that Rick and I had been offering workshops, and there are other people worldwide. In fact, I do want to mention that Victoria is only one of 22 trainers worldwide. We are very careful about our trainers, and they have to have in-depth experience with Louise's work and have done the trainings with us and worked additionally with us. So, that's a really special position to have. And a number of them are in other languages because Louise's book has been translated into 35 languages. It really is something that appeals to all cultures because at the heart, everybody wants the same thing, don't they?
Hmm.
They want to be loved, they want to love, they want peace and harmony and success. So, it's really been popular throughout the world. And the actual book in English, I think, has sold 55 million copies. So that's pretty amazing right there. Anyway, back to the licensing. And so the trademark lawyer called me and said, we know that you've been training, and would you like to come into this licensing program so that you and your trainees can be the ones to use the trademark Heal Your Life? And of course, we were thrilled and we said, absolutely. So the licensing actually started officially in 2009. There is a $99 fee per year for that. And with that, there's lots of perks. Not only are you able to continue using all the materials, as Victoria mentioned, to lead up to 14 different workshops, but you also, for no extra charge, you get to be on Heal Your Life workshops. You get an extra workshop during the year that you can then offer. You get on our private Facebook groups so that you can stay connected with the worldwide community and various other things that we add in. We do some free trainings on Canva and other places as well. So there's a lot that comes along with the licensing. And if you live in either the US or Canada, there is a requirement for insurance, liability insurance that Hay House has written into the contract with us. So that is $150 a year. And that is actually a great deal because we had people paying 300 to 350 before we got the group policy. So that protects you wherever you teach, in your own country. And if you know people in another country, and you want to travel, I mean, you can do things on the internet, right? There's a lot that we do on the internet these days. And that was the gift of COVID, is that we were adapted a lot of the workshops to be online. The 2 day is still in person because it's so in depth, but all these other workshops you can offer online. So that is a real, movement forward. That was a gift from COVID that we certainly didn't expect in the beginning, did we, Victoria?
No.
No. So the licensing is a great part of your credibility and your connection with Louise and Hay House officially. Um, and Victoria will be telling you more about that and working with that, when you get to the training itself. But I just thought it was important to give you the background and also all the perks that come along with it. So,
Yes.
okay, Victoria, back to you.
Well, I'm really proud of the licensing program. It's such a unique opportunity to be able to take this training and to be able to finish the training, not only certified, like you said, but licensed and insured.
Mhm.
And that credibility that goes along with that and goes along with the name Hay House and Louise Hay really goes a long way. And when you were talking, I was thinking about at the last training event that we did, we were talking about adapting for different cultures. And this program is offered all over the world. And so, there's some things that need to be adapted, but the core material is so good for absolutely everyone. And
Mhm.
so, as we were having this discussion, the leadership team and I, we're realizing, this works on the other side of the world. This works with old people, young people, everything in between. the formula itself works. And so it's so great to be able to present something to you that is tried and true for decades and
Mhm.
continues to make a huge impact in people's lives. So I'm very proud of the licensing program. So thank you for that.
Okay, we have a question from Simona. Yes? I clicked on view and nothing happened. Okay, just a minute. Let me see if I can. Um, okay, Simone, can you put it in the chat for us? That might be helpful.
Okay, while she does that, is
Okay,
it okay if I start talking about pricing?
sure. Absolutely.
Okay, I made myself a note because typically I forget to mention the price. So right now I have a promotion on where you save $400. The price of the program includes 10 nights accommodation in the beautiful Banff Park Lodge in Banff, Alberta, which is spectacular. If you don't know where that is, give it a quick Google and you'll want to be there. And so 10 nights accommodation, 2 dinners, 10 breakfasts, 9 lunches. All of your accommodations are private. You're not sharing a room. And plus, we have 2 breaks every day with coffee, tea, and delicious snacks. All of your training materials, all of your pre and post. I tell people all the time, I don't go anywhere after your training. I'm here and available to you almost 365 days a year. And so that's all included in your tuition price as well. The regular price for that will be 7,597 Canadian dollars. However, from now until December 31st, or until we're full before that, it's 7,197 Canadian dollars. So you're saving $400 there. We are getting pretty full, so I do expect we will fill up by the end of December is my projection. So if you are interested, please let me know. Also, if you are being funded by your employer or an organization that you're familiar with, then by all means let me know because I can provide you with a funding letter so that you can submit with your application. And also, if you are traveling from another country that would need a travel letter, by all means, let me know because I can provide you with a travel letter as well.
Okay. And Simona had her hand up, and I'm not sure. Okay. Simona, can you ask us your question or can you put it in the chat?
She says, what airport do we fly into? Carolyn has asked. What
Oh,
airport do
okay.
we fly into? Carolyn, I can email you a welcome letter with all of that as well. But what you'll fly into is Calgary Airport. And
Mhm.
so the airport code for that is YYC. And we are about an hour and a half from the airport. However, we have made an arrangement with a company called the Banff Airporter. And so they give you a special discount. So it comes to about $65 to have beautiful luxury transportation, literally right to the door of from the airport right to the door of the hotel. And I will send you all of that information and make sure you're taken care of.
And I will add that Banff is a gorgeous location, and actually, that drive is beautiful. I've done it a few times to come to your training. So, you have a beautiful drive on the way with the Rockies in the front of you. Oh, it's gorgeous. Yeah.
Yes.
hmm Okay. Any other questions? Okay, great. Wonderful. Well, I would really encourage you, if your heart is calling you to this training, just really do it. Just absolutely do it. I've had people having done these trainings for a long time. People will write to me, and after they've done, they say, I was planning to do or thinking about this training for 5 years or 7 years. And I'm
Mhm.
so glad I finally did it, and I wish I'd done it sooner. So if your heart is calling to you, I would say absolutely do it. Contact Victoria to talk one-to-one with her with any more of your questions that you have. And just we send out the weekly affirmations that you've probably been getting. So I hope you're enjoying those. And we do send out additional information every once in a while and other inspirational videos from Louise. We have a YouTube channel that's at Heal Your Life. So you can look at that all together. And Victoria, you also have a YouTube channel.
Yes, it's at Heal Your Life Training.
Okay. All right. Great. Well, thank you all for joining us today. We're happy to just share more information. And again, if you have any questions, you can email Victoria. You can respond to any of the emails that I send out. And we can assure you that if you decide to do this training, which I highly encourage you to do, that you really have got the most amazing process to go through for your own deepening and also then for sharing with others.
Yes, it's so true. And I would be more than happy to meet with you on a Zoom call, answer any questions or a phone call, whatever's better for you, and then to welcome you into the program.
Okay. So, as Louise would say, everything is working out for the highest good. All is well, and we love you.
Yes, we do. Thank you for watching.
Bye bye. Okay, let's see.